networks need to evolve quickly to meet demand from residential, business and wireless markets worldwide. And how this might happen is one of the topics covered in the Market Focus today by Mike Knott of Corning. Mike, thanks for joining at ECOC TV. Tell us your view of how we're going to meet that demand.
Well, I think there's a big difference that's coming into the networks now, particularly in terms of the impact of wireless and 5G. So, fibre to the home networks have been built since the early 2000s. 5G is coming along. We don't know exactly what's going to happen and how it's going to work, but there's two things that we really do know about it, and that's that it's going to need lots of devices, wireless devices. People have talked about one on every lamppost. Second, they're going to need to be fed by fibre. So it's close to a fibre to the homes past network that's actually needed for that backhaul for the 5G network. So we can't continue to think of the two separately. We need to put them together, they need to converge, and of course building two networks originally designed together is going to be a lot lower cost than building two separate networks.
Is that partly why we see in Europe some countries have nearly completed their rollout, some are virtually starting? I know you're also a member of the FTTH Council Europe board, so you must have a good insight into that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that the Fibre to the Home Council of Europe do is they really monitor very closely the rate of build in each individual country. But the fact that different countries have built at different rates, I don't think has been influenced necessarily by the wireless and 5G story. It's things like sort of competition, the capability of the network, in the copper network in different countries, the regulatory regime. So some countries have advanced very, very quickly, and some are much further behind. So the interesting thing is that a lot of the bigger countries are actually further behind, and that's partly because they've got a high quality copper network, like so Germany, UK. Have really invested in that copper network, but things are starting to move. Certainly in the UK, there's a lot more fibre going in the ground, which has very, very much been spurred by competition. So things are lining up really to get those big countries to start to deploy en masse.
Yes, as you say, there's quite a momentum. I think you can feel that here at ECOC. Do you think we've got the workforce, though, to actually do the installation in time?
Well, that's a challenge because it is a very labour-intensive thing to do, to build a fibre to the home network. So in certain countries, there have been workforce shortages, but what we can do as an industry is design solutions, particularly optical connectivity solutions, which reduce the requirement for that skilled labour, particularly in terms of fusion splicing. And so there's very much a focus on pre-connectorized solutions, which are being more and more deployed, which overtake that need for a skilled workforce. So there always will be some splicing that's needed for the deployment of a fibre to the home network, but we can make sure that's very concentrated in certain places, enabling people like the residential installers to get on with their job with simple plug-and-play solutions.
Okay, well, I think it's going to be some very exciting times ahead. In the meantime, thank you for talking to us.
Okay, thank you very much.